Yes.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Approval of regular meeting minutes from July 28th.
If you're reflected in the minutes, reflects what you did, I'll make a motion to that one.
Second.
I'd like to make one correction to it. We've made, over the last 3 or 4 months, a motion to add the vehicle usage and employee handbook to it, and it's still not showing up on anything.
Was there a motion made, seconded on that?
April 21st meeting.
Yeah, this is July 28th.
Yes, and it's been done every month since
You're
then.
doing it July 28th.
I'm saying that this motion has been put in every month since April 21st, and it's still not here.
They don't, the motions don't carry over.
From month to
That's all
month.
I think they
You
asked.
say that they're going to be put on the agenda each time, but still nothing
Okay,
here.
then you need to get it on the agenda now, on the Delta, get it on the agenda.
As I've done every month since April 21st.
Work session for the employee handbook, we just can't sit here and not figure it out and spend all that time and what we need to revise.
I understand that, but it's not up to me to set that part of it.
I didn't say it was, I'm just letting you know.
Okay, then let's set it and let's get it to where it's supposed to be, please.
My motion still stands.
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem? Young?
Yes.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon?
Yes.
Yes. Miss Debbie. Here. Christina.
Okay, I have 3 items. My first one is, may we please have a community yard sale on October 9th and 10th? For the whole town.
Is that really up to the town, or can we just do it, or?
Last year it was tried, but only 2 places, people didn't know about it.
But that's not us, I mean,
I don't know who did it.
You guys advertisement, whoever puts it on.
I don't know.
I don't think that's us. You guys want to?
You're a short notice now. Would you consider going into October with it possibly? Could you go back?
No, October 9th and 10th.
Yeah, I don't think you got it.
Oh, sorry. I don't believe this.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So you don't have to approve?
No.
Okay. Okay, my second issue.
If you post it, I mean, post up, that's what you know, she's not everyone will see it there.
I think everybody thought last year it was put on by the town, and nobody came, it wasn't advertised, and only 2 people even said.
We didn't do that last year, right?
I mean, I don't know who did, who did, to try again.
Debbie did it the last couple of years, actually.
Then we go to town.
Yeah.
Okay. That was it. Okay, my second issue is animal control on North Romero. Joe Grado has at least 20 dogs now that his 2 female have had winters. Joe doesn't have a fence. These dogs are out. I don't understand why he doesn't have to have a fence. Anyway, these dogs are not fenced in. Safety issues with our kids and pets. Adam Code Enforcer is very much aware of the situation and has done nothing that I know of since May, early May. We had planned, he acted like he was all ready with Humane Society. We had plans transfer those dogs to go to a safe place. Then Derek decided to be the dog catcher. Instead of capturing the loose dogs, they went into the yard, traumatized five.
Excuse me, why did Derek decide to be the dog
I
catcher?
have no idea.
He's always been the dog catcher.
I don't know what day it is.
Okay, no comments, please continue.
Okay, so instead of capturing the loose dogs, he went into the yard, traumatized five of Joe's dogs. Now I'm being taken to court for telling Derek that Noah's Ark is full. It's full. They're not taking any animals from anywhere. I went yesterday, they're not doing vaccinations, they're not doing spay neuter. We have a serious problem in this town of unspayed animals. They're arresting like 3 different groups now, kitten neuters. I care about animals.
Do you have any suggestions where to take them? Because everywhere we've tried, we won't take them.
Because they're full. Okay, so going to court now. My dog and I have been attacked and injured by Gabby Pino's dogs. The magistrate ordered the dogs to be removed if any more issues. Gabby's dogs killed Robert's cat. This cat was beloved by many. Their dogs are still here. Again, attacked by pit bulls in October. Do you remember when you told me all 4 dogs would be gone, Mark?
October when?
This year, October.
No, I didn't. I told you October 2 years ago.
I just got attacked in October.
I don't know if that was your problem. I told you years ago. We tried to take care of it.
They're still here. Okay. Attacked by 2 pit bulls that injured me on all limbs. Darn it, didn't get a ticket. I never know what happens to these people that hurt me. There's no information. There's no transparency.
Did
There's
you file a
no.
police report?
Yeah, Colin came.
Can you follow up with him and explain everything?
He's not here anymore.
I didn't ask if he was here, you should follow up with him. But
I did.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Colin was not worth a lot. I'm sorry. Okay, so I don't know if anybody got a ticket. One dog went to Noah's Ark, got put down. The other one, I don't know. They live across from the school. I think you should be more concerned about safety in this town. Okay. Has anyone ever been held accountable for their actions in the smallest restaurants county? I'm tired and injured by animals that need to be controlled by their owners. I suggest that we have our own nonprofit rescue shelter to help our town animals get them vaccinated and fixed.
We looked into that and found out that it costs so much, there's so much liability with it. I mean, it's just not feasible for the town to have anything like that.
So what are we gonna do?
You know, your question about as good as ours, like I say, we used to take them to Noah's Ark all the time, but then they got full. Walsenburg, they got such a little facility, and they won't take them, so we're looking for different outlets, different ways to do it.
Can I make a suggestion about this problem? You know, we come in with problems, let's come in with solutions. So I'd like to make a suggestion as a solution. I noticed that in town, there's a lot of vacant houses that people have just abandoned. So instead of trying to put it out on the town hall, it's their problem. I think it's all our problem, because it's overlapping into all of our properties and stuff. So let's come together as a town should. And if we can, take one of those properties, do volunteer. There's a lot of people who like to volunteer. Let's kind of do something like a Noah's Ark on one of these private properties, but let's do it based on volunteerism. You know, some of us,
And grants.
I really want to contribute,
You're right.
bring some food sometime, looking after the animals.
I'll
But if you put it out to a town, you know, I think we can solve it and not just put it on town hall. Just make us all accountable.
Very
Let's
good.
come together as a community like we should be, you know? So it shouldn't be one person's problem. Let's make this town more attractive so people will want to come and stay and invest in the town. That's the solution. So instead of putting it on people, let's all come together as a town and let's work together finally, you know? That's my suggestion.
Good idea.
That's good.
And you know what?
Great
Another thing
idea.
is,
Mhm.
don't look at the town people, you put a committee, the town puts the information out like in the newsletter. Anybody anybody who wants to volunteer, use this hall. We come together with suggestions, materials. The town, you tell us, if there's a piece of property that we can use, that we can start developing it, where it's not one person's problem. We're all
Everyone's
gonna,
accountable.
let's make it a fun town again.
You want to leave that up?
Who, me? I
Yeah.
got enough animals at my house. I take care of them. I will help. I most definitely will help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what we'll need is like for insurance, everything that you need to run a facility like that.
Yeah.
And right now, like I say, for the town, it's way expensive, so.
Well, let's do this. Let's put in your newsletter to say this can come as a suggestion. We can do a meeting, because I know nothing about your town insurance and stuff like that. We're gonna need a representation from the town to tell us what are the liabilities for it,
Very good
Because
idea.
I can see where you're stuck, because you know all that, and none of us know that.
Yeah, thank you.
So sharing of information would be great.
Yeah, it would, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then my last thing is something I just have to share. I'm gonna read this.
Yeah, 5 minutes. It's up.
They discussed, really?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you all have the letter, so you all know the truth. Written from my aunt in 1996 to me, asking me to come for Christmas. You all have been harassing me because of my aunt. I got nothing. I lost everything in Denver. I've been in court for 10 years, and I'm tired of it. So just stop.
That has something to do with us.
I'm the only, no, you're harassed the whole time I've been here. Assaulted by the sheriffs.
Yeah, Mr. Booner.
All right, I believe I have 3 things on it. One of them that I really want to get off, that I brought all.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you know.
How's this?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I have on, Kyra, she's filed this restraining order, and I know everyone thinks this is old news, but to me, it's not. Whenever my record gets run on the courts, this thing comes popping up. It was filed on March 23rd, and it was signed by Kyra, saying that I was stalking, harassing her, and, stalking, physical assault, threat, or other situation. This was 30 days before I took my seat on the board. And in this, parts of the complaints are, I've been stalked by this man for 3 years now, and he is using social media to make threats to me for my job. This man is scheduled to be seated on my council next month, April. I fear for mine and my children's life. This guy's just unstable and will not leave me alone. This has gone on since August 2020, April, May, June 2021, January, February, March 2022. She also stated in 2021 to her work email, I stated, I'm coming for her. I'd like to see that email. That has never been said by me. I've never made a threat. And he says, I would call on his personal cell on weekends harassing me to answer his emails. Okay, I brought,
You got 3 bills to go over, so.
Honestly, what does this even have to do with work?
what does it have to do with work? You filed false charges against me and you
Don't
lied.
point your finger at me. I'm not.
We're not-
Hey, you're just pointing your finger back at me. Look, she filed false charges, she lied in court, she defamed my character, she's liable.
Really? Have you seen your YouTube videos? You defame me.
Excuse me, those YouTube videos are not mine.
Yes, they are.
And you're just burning up the time that I have.
Well, go on with your next one.
Excuse me?
Go on with your next one. You got 3 of them here.
You're gonna count the time against me that she's arguing with me while I'm trying to present this.
Like I say, you got 3 different separate ones, correct?
Right.
Okay, you got 5 minutes to go ahead and talk about it.
You're giving me 5 minutes for all 3?
Yes, sir.
You guys are full of crap. I filed 3 separate agendas, then you're wasting my time by arguing with me whenever I'm trying to present this. You don't want this to come out, but it's going to come out.
Good, you can address my attorney then.
Could you get a hold of this woman as secretary and get her to quit interrupting me?
Well, keep going. I mean, you both got enough from both. Go with your
This is on my record that she put there, and I have here records of all of her phone numbers that I could find. Plus, I have my personal phone records for the last 2 years. And in that, it shows that there was 1 call between me and her on a weekend or even on her phone number. And that was for 21 minutes where she called me. So that was a direct lie.
If I may speak, you're talking about your records.
No, you can't.
Here,
It's
I
my
can't
turn to
speak.
talk.
I can't speak.
Get
That's
the
enough,
control,
that's enough.
get control of this guy.
That's enough. Go ahead.
You're obviously not wanting to hear anything. What she did was a felony charge if I tried to push it in court. Here is the 80 pages that she filed against me, and there's a letter in here from the town attorney saying that everything I said was my right to say. You know,
Really? Is it in there? Like,
would you get control of her?
That's enough.
You obviously do not want to hear what anyone has to say. I'm sure my 5 minutes is probably real close to being over. I have 2 more issues.
Well, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes on both, and after that.
No, I want 5 minutes on each one.
No, that's what you're gonna get.
No, I'm going to get 5 minutes on each. That's what the rules say. And then you're wasting your time arguing with me. I give 5 minutes for each issue, and I file 3 issues to the agenda.
You get 5 minutes for both. Ready?
I've never seen such a kangaroo court, and I've been through
Get in the
cases.
court.
There is no court here.
All right. Let's move to the emergency management. My complaint on him, other than all these fake things that have been filed against me, is him lying in court. You were there in court when we went to court. First thing he stated was he's been employed by the town for 4 years. He hasn't been here even close to 4 years, more like a year and a half.
No, it's close to 4 years. Better check.
Would you get her to quit interrupting me?
Go ahead.
He claimed 4 years of employment with the town. It's barely been over a year and a half. His other claim was that the bus is not a running vehicle. He believed it to be broke down. Through that whole period of time, I moved that bus all over town. He's even complained to me about being parked on Main Street. I parked it in Gerald's lot. I parked it across the street from the park here. He tells the judge that he thought that this bus to fit that ordinance was not running.
Mayor, if I may ask.
No, you can't ask. It's my turn to talk. Would you people stop?
I don't agree with, don't, I gotta agree. This is a personal thing, it's nothing to do with the town.
How is it personal whenever I'm on the council and the council is attacking me and the administrator on made-up charges? And that was shown in court. You were there whenever he said he didn't know this bus was running. And the only way it fit into that ordinance that I had to defend myself on was from his lies.
And did the judge rule in your favor?
I was found not guilty, which shows more that he lied.
Well, go ahead, I'm gonna take your time, go ahead.
Then we come to the video of him at my house taking measurements for an ordinance that he would not tell me why he was there taking the measurements. And I'm sure that's probably what the video thing set up here. Towards the end of this, he comes walking towards me, yelling at me, do I have a problem with him, while I was in my pickup truck, and when he approached, he had his hand on his gun. How do you know, Tyler, you were not there?
I know what's going on, Blaine, please.
I can say if this is a fact, where's your evidence? If the town council will allow me, I'd like to play that video.
Well, if
They won't even allow me to speak the time I got to speak.
I think really go, and my thing, I think this needs to go to a whole executive session, or a whole different meeting with an executive session other than here tonight.
yeah,
Well, I'm here and I just proved that two of the people that are on the town are lying.
You can bring it to another meeting, we have a total meeting.
I've been trying hard, listen, y'all, since September is when this first came up in the meeting. And then you lost control of the meeting, and then I didn't get to finish. And each month since then, I've been trying to bring this up. And now all of a sudden, let's go to another meeting. When is it going to be discussed?
it's already, you went to court on this already.
On him?
Yeah, so that one's over.
Well,
The
I
one,
don't know, it's not-
hold on, the restraining order was never filed, there was nothing in there, so that one's over. So what's your next one?
Okay, my next remark is you got to be freaking kidding me.
Oh, yeah?
It's on my record, whenever you run the court record, that I had this thing filed on me, and you say that's over, it's gonna stay on my record for 3 to 5 years, and it was from lies that were made from the administrator.
Like your felonies and your drug charges.
Yeah.
Would you shut up?
Tell me to shut up.
Shut up, you have no part of this
Hey, it's
meeting.
enough,
Let's,
You can't control it.
it's enough.
let's drop it.
Yes, you can go ahead and just put it back. If the town wants, or the board wants to look at it after, that's fine. So,
I don't think we need this in.
No.
And according to the letter from the attorney, this isn't supposed to happen. Did anyone bother reading that letter?
or what?
The ones on these 5 charges.
You know, I haven't been to a meeting in years, but, first of all, I don't know who that guy is.
Name that, see us.
Why is it 30, what do you do, 30 seconds?
5 minutes.
Time limit? Is it that important for everybody to go home at that time, or what?
That's the rules of the council, whenever anybody puts in
So
a
all of a
deal.
sudden, you are starting to,
No,
go by the
it's
rules.
always
It's
been
been
that
that
way.
way for a long time. Mike.
because, I understand, I don't know that he's a town enforcer, right? And this man's been harassed for, his deal. How come all Mark's stuff around town don't have license and stuff? And how come they don't get him?
We're going to have some without license.
You have junk all over the place.
Does it need license plates on it or what?
What's that?
Does it need license plates?
To them,
If they're on the street, if you,
There's
I
none
don't
on the
know,
street that I don't have license plates.
years ago, there's on the street, it needed plates. And they would haul them off if they didn't. What happened to that ordinance?
Here's one thing, none of you all know how many people have gotten letters or citations. Nobody knows. I can tell you
Excuse me,
this,
you're
I'm
not a
saying who
member
it
of
was.
the board.
I'm not gonna say who it was, but there's another
Wait,
board member too that
That's
got
it,
letters.
it's over. Moving on.
No, I was just.
Listen to him.
I was just curious because, you know, I go around, when they first came out with this water meter, I went around.
Listen to him.
You go down Main Street, you see
We're done.
water. You go out, you see our new place, water going, everything. And I went to the courthouse and I asked them, and they said, well, we have to physically see them. I said, well, all it takes is 5 minutes to go down, drive, and you can see them, it's on. But, you know, what's so hard about trying to do the right thing and for the whole town? Not just one or two. It's the whole town that needs it.
I agree.
Let's go.
This place is, the Aguilar is turning into a junkyard, really.
All right, I'm moving on.
I'd like to find out here on, I got Mark's voter registration where he's registered to vote on Main Street here, which is a parking lot. I went through the court records and found his address. Then I went to Google Maps. That address is out of town.
Well, that was
That's
years ago.
not the right one.
That's
Why do you talk about it's not the right one?
Did you get it directly from the treasurer's office?
I got
She gave
the
you the
voter
list that has
registration.
everything on there?
You know what, here's from the voters registration.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything.
My registration is at 406, or 460.
What's your driver's license say?
Doesn't matter.
Like,
All right, moving on.
My bottom side of it says what I gotta do.
Okay, moving on. Executive session, personnel matters.
Now, before you go into executive session, aren't we supposed to know, and the people supposed to know what this is about? But the people are still supposed to know what we're talking about.
Personality.
We can't talk about employees and public.
Make a motion, we want executive session. Personality.
Everybody got you? Anybody else out there, Alex? Before we go on with our agenda, Mr. Pill, did you want to come to the board?
Me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I would.
Come on up.
All right, thank you, sir. May I stay standing or do I have to sit down?
Whatever's comfortable for you.
Sometimes when I stand, I can't stand very easily. My wife and I live about 7 miles from here, out of 357. And we have always hauled water. We've been moving now for 15 years. Never had a problem, always been able to come down, get our water. We don't have a well. We don't grow anything. We have nothing growing. We're just going to be flat out with that. No animals, it's just her and me. And I'd like to be able to flush the toilets, take a shower, brush our teeth once in a while, and stay clean. We don't even wash our vehicles there. We take them into Trinidad or wherever we can find a 24-hour car wash. Just being able to come into town and fill up has always been very reasonable, easy. Throw our bladder in the back of our truck, come down here, fill it up, and get back home. Now we gotta go to Trinidad. And the truck's an F-250, so I can haul the water, but we go from getting 14 miles a gallon down to about 6 miles a gallon, and having to do it several times just starts to eat our savings. I was able to get a copy of a letter from the state, and I did notice that it says to cease any bulk water sales, any person or entities not utilizing for domestic purposes. And my wife and I would really like to be able to come to Aguilar and pick up our water. We do pay Aguilar taxes, not Golden Air taxes, even though we're just a mile from Golden Air, we still pay taxes out of Aguilar. So she asked me if I would come down, talk to you guys, and hopefully be able to get something changed where we could start hauling water again. And that's about it.
What is your usage, would you say?
You know, I just have a big stick I put through into our cistern, And when it gets down about a quarter of the way, I fill it up and
How many tanks do you haul a week or a month?
oh, we might haul 2 or 3.
What size tank?
What's that?
What size tank?
1,500 gallons, but our water hauler is 450. And so, you know, when it gets down quarters and a half, my wife tells me, get your butt in gear and go get some water for us. So now I go and turn it down. I mean, it's a pretty long round trip ticket for us.
What does the board feel about it, because we did close outside, selling the water?
This gets kind of tricky, guys, and I don't really have enough information right now. The state has lifted us till 2023 November to get our obligation plan done. What's gonna happen with the state lifting this restriction, I don't know right now. And I talked to our attorney today, and he's willing to have a conference with us by phone, either Monday or Tuesday night. He thinks Tuesday night might be a better night. We're gonna have to do it by Skype, so we're gonna have to set up all our phones and stuff here and do it. So at that point, I can't really tell you guys anything over this water situation. There's a lot of things going on. It's going on positive, but he wants to talk to us rather than me tell you guys whatever.
What does the board feel, talk to, how this deal Tuesday night and then find out, or?
I don't know if he can tell us. I'm just gonna tell you what the attorney can tell us, and we can ask him if he can think he can ask the state to release us on this thing. That's all I know.
We're under court orders, so I would think the attorney should be involved.
Yeah, I think that, I guess. And I figured it'd be real easy to just get on whatever. There's a lot of stuff going into this thing past when I've talked to you guys. Well, it's been a month and a half ago. A lot of things have changed, a lot of things have been good. But we just gotta get all that, let him explain everything, I'll explain part of it to you. Depend on our attorneys, or not our attorneys, our engineers. There's been a lot of stuff going on, so I just assume the attorney do it rather than me.
Well, with us being in court order, I definitely think we need to talk to the attorney and see what we need to do.
And we also gotta do other thing, excuse me, Joe. We gotta put up, we got an ordinance that has to be passed. He wants to explain that to you, what we gotta do for this whole thing. It's just kind of a simple ordinance, but he wanted me to run it through tonight, and I said, I know it. I said, you need to explain this to council, this is why we need to do this ordinance. I'm not the one to do it, so that's the other reason we're having it Tuesday night.
So it's-
So I guess I can't give you an answer right now.
At least we're talking,
Yeah, I don't know.
listened and having a little conversation.
Yeah,
Well, it looks like we're talking to him Tuesday though, so.
Yeah, so we can probably figure out what's gonna happen by Tuesday night or Wednesday morning.
So I'm going to be telling you Thursday, you asked that.
Well, thank you for showing up and
All right,
talking to
well,
us.
thank you very much for your time.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for your consideration.
All right. Moving on, building inspector, emergency manager.
Thank you for your time, appreciate it. We've been keeping pretty busy with building permits and a whole lot of code enforcement letters going out. And I do absolutely want to thank the people of Aguilar. I've had a lot of compliance, people contacting me saying, hey, we're gonna get this fixed, or we're working on it. So I really absolutely appreciate that. They've been great with me. I've also been working on the CIRSA stuff. I think we had our audit come up, and so been working on that and getting things together.
How do we do on
Yeah, maybe better. Go for it.
Yeah, they're getting dinged.
No kidding. So yeah, we're pretty busy with that stuff, but yeah, a lot of great things are happening.
Just because we gotta remember what your time with Cersei is, it's called a risk management thing.
Okay, so with CIRSA, the risk managements are, what covers us insurance, they want to make sure, who am I referring this to?
Mr. Garber.
Okay.
There's an update, some of us that
Right.
don't.
So they're looking at all kinds of things, what our plans are if we have some type of catastrophe, if we have some type of incident. Even something as simple as driving, if we've reviewed or done our driving training every year. So they look at every aspect of a town, a city, everything imaginable.
And I guess the other thing is for when we had that windstorm come through, services played a big thing in that thing. And that's kind of, we didn't really have a good plan then, and that's kind of when we got Adam to get involved, because the county didn't have a good plan either. So the two of them got together and we started putting this thing together. He's working with the county on this shit, tornadoes, floods, whatever. And everybody thinks, oh, we're not gonna have a flood. Well, look at the one we had down in Beachball here last year. It down there could have been a catastrophe if it got a little bit bigger. That windstorm and that, everything that happened, it took off several people's houses and roofs
And it's, well, things always change with it. I mean, climate's gonna change, weather's gonna change, so it's constantly updating sorts of plan that we have. So yeah, it's always gonna change.
And it's good for us to know these things, but, I'm under the impression we have county and state rules and regulations on this.
But the county and state also, in fact, they made us do our own thing.
I
And
understand that.
then the insurance company comes in, they'll ask you, do you have a local floodplain plan? You know, a local, insurance plan, so that's the other thing. Yeah, we can sit there and do that and not, have our floodplain available and go to the county, but then it takes another 6 months for everything to happen.
I have a question, if I may. When the letters go out, the citations go out for code enforcement, who do they originate from?
Generally to whoever the address is.
But I mean, where do they come from? Who does it? Does the code enforcement do?
That may work out.
Or does the town?
I,
Okay. And the reason I ask is because, is there any way, just a suggestion, but is there any way that maybe you can, like, take a picture, then add it and include it with it? Because I received 2 of them. Mine said for overgrowth, weeds, but I didn't have any weeds in my yard when I got the second one, so I'm like, I don't understand why I received the second citation when I received the first one and I didn't even have anything.
if I may add this, I think it's a great idea. So normally I would take a picture before I even send out any letter, just so we have it documentation as to what I saw at that moment. A lot of times what happens too is I'll send out the letter, and between the time when it got out and got to you, something's changed, things are fixed. So that's been the thing. I think it's a great idea that you came up with. Send a picture with that letter, so you could, just like an HOA.
Yeah.
Have them to HOA and they send me pictures of my weeds in front of my yard, so I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, because it would just be easier, this way, because, like I said, I get a second one and I'm like, I don't even know what it's for because I have no weeds, and it says overgrowth of weeds, and I'm like, where? I don't understand why the second one came out if there's nothing, it just has a letter and then has like a description in back, but it doesn't really, in all due respect, doesn't tell me nothing.
Board agrees. I think it's a great idea. Thank you.
Anything else, sir?
Somebody has questions?
Questions?
Thank you.
I have one question for Jim. Did I find out, where did you get certified?
Certifying what?
For a cop?
I'm not a cop.
Not a cop.
You haven't been certified?
I'm not a cop.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, Gauss report.
What'd you find up by Spruce the other day? Anything?
Couldn't find anything. Checked it 2 different times, moved around the block, walked up and down the alley.
Well, I hate to bother you guys, but, you told me there was smell and then it got down further towards Keller's and there was more smell and
Going back, that Monday,
was walking there too. And when I got to Keller's, I walked in, I didn't, it was in, my grandma's house there. Because the fence is all done, I just walked in there and I smelled everywhere, there wasn't nothing there. And I walked down her driveway and there were Missy's places, there wasn't nothing there. But actually, I can't walk into that other yard.
Like Missy, yeah.
The snow of the
next
above,
yard, okay.
Miss Keller's yard, and Pantazis, but I don't know if it was so damn hot, the smell was coming, I don't know.
That's what I was gonna ask, because those regulators work when it gets hot.
They do burp, and then, it was, Luke, it was gas meter out in the alley right before they put that addition on the back of their house, so there is a meter sitting right there by the sheds.
And I couldn't smell that either, I couldn't smell nothing.
Well, it's a new regulator, we put
Are
everything in.
they like the old ones with the temperature compensation?
Do what?
Are they the older ones with the temperature?
A lot of the older houses are still doing meters.
And I ain't been over there since Sunday or Monday, and sat outside to see if I still smell it. Of course, I'd have to wait till Saturday when I'm not working to be out there at noonish or whatever it was. It was kind of like it was all heat of the day, you know, around 10, 11, all up until kind of late, you know, 7. So then everybody went inside, so nobody smelled it. And I don't smell it, so I'll maybe smell gas in your house.
So the other day when you were talking to Jody, it smelled sour, but I didn't think it smelled like gas.
There was a lot of fresh noses out there, so
Yeah, it smelled very, very sour.
it was pretty bad.
Anything else for Derek?
I'd like to make a motion. Relieve you of your, if I can, I'll make a motion that we're going to relieve you of your duties as an employee of Aguilar.
Sounds good.
I'll second it, I guess.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Mr. Pino?
Yes.
Mr. Forrest?
Yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Abstain.
Mr. Winger?
Motion passed.
I got some personal contact here.
Let him get him on there, and then just do squeeze in everything to.
Any particular, just out of curiosity. Sounds good.
Office report.
All good.
Guys, I gotta go. As you know, Sue got hurt pretty bad. She ripped her toe ankle apart. She just texted me. So I'm heading back to the house. She needs to get up and walk. She can't walk, she's on one leg, so I gotta go get home. That's all.
All right.
I gotta go also.
We're not gonna take it.
We gotta conclude the meeting now. Yeah.
All right, at this time, this is board members or got other deals going on, I guess we're gonna go ahead and adjourn. We will be adjourned at 7:11.
Before we leave, we need to
Motion to pay bills
bills,